what we want to do is change the world. This is the Golden Gate Bridge. Actually, it's a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't think it would even fit in this room, to tell you the truth. The Golden Gate Bridge is made of steel. And when it was built in the 1930s, it was absolutely the state of the art. It was the newest, coolest, amazing thing. And it still is. I mean, by my standards, pretty cool looking. And has everybody been out there? Have you all been across the Golden Gate Bridge? And they really do paint it all year. I mean, it's not a myth. You tell people that, you see, they start painting it right after they finish? Yes, they do, yeah. But anyway, I had the extraordinary opportunity to meet a guy named Rick Smalley. And Richard Smalley, unlike most of us, I know probably not all of us, but unlike most of us, Rick Smalley had a Nobel Prize. When you're at Stanford, I guess, there's a parking lot just for Nobel laureates, right? And it's full. Like, you can't there's no place. But he was among the guys who discovered the spheres of carbon atoms that are a molecule that no one ever suspected existed before. And this happened in my lifetime. So he's got a flask of them there, and he's got a little model of it in the foreground. But if you're not familiar, it's the sphere. And just to take credit, it was astronomers looking in deep space who discovered something, and they didn't know what it was. They suspected it was a molecule of carbon monoxide, and they screwed around with carbon monoxide in various orientations. Now, Rick Smalley, I got to say, as a television professional, was quite a showman, and he told the story in a fantastic way that he'd been presented with this problem by the astronomy department at Rice University, which is in Texas. It's back east someplace. And he'd been presented with this problem. What is this molecule? Looking at a spectrum through a telescope. And he said he woke up at 3 in the morning and he had it. It was this sphere of carbon. And he started cutting out pieces of paper and he scotch taped them together. And this led to the discovery that these things are in candle flames, they're in car exhaust, they're in your nose, they're everywhere. And no one even suspected they existed until people started looking in space, until people started trying to learn more about our place in the cosmos. And just by the way, Rick Smalley's dream was to take the spheres of Buckminster Fullerenes, buckyballs. But if you don't know, Buckminster Fuller was the architect who really promoted geodesic domes, which, are there any civil engineers here? Right on. Very efficient structures, very efficient. And so he called them Buckminster Fullerenes and buckyballs. His dream was to put these, this is a chemist now, Rick Smalley. He wanted to put them in a soup of carbon and pull them apart and grow nanotubes, right, the carbon fiber tubes. I would, as a mechanical engineer, think you'd grow them mechanically, have a stage that would move some microscopic distance and they would grow them like whiskers. But his dream was to just mix them up. And we're somewhere in between, turns out, because it's quantum physics, which apparently is true. I mean, at first I sort of can't believe it. Anyway, this stuff, as you may know, would be 10,000 times stronger than steel. I'm sorry, Bill, what did you say? That's what I said. 10,000 times stronger than steel, and it would weigh a sixth as much. And it is my strong belief that we are just right on the beginning of you guys being able to pull this off. Somebody in here is going to be able to make this happen. Anyway, for me, in my experience, Rick Smalley was the guy who articulated better than anyone I had heard before that the key to the future is not doing less. I am so old. I went to the first Earth Day 1970. It was before it was Motown. There wasn't even really disco yet. I mean, it was just, I guess we had Just My Imagination, did we? Yeah. But we did not have, Ring My Bell. We did not have Working at the Car Wash. It was maybe in some ways a good era, yeah. We grew up, we want you to drive less, use less clean water, so wear dirty clothes, and be good, don't eat. If you can, don't eat. Because humans are bad, they don't belong here. But Rick Smalley was the guy who said, the key to the future is not to do less. It's to do more with less. And that, to me, is the future of space exploration, is to find ways to do more with less stuff. Because anytime you want to put stuff in space, we still are going to need a rocket. And to get it up there, the heavier it is, the farther behind you are.